All right, guys, so chapter 38, Genesis, chapter 38. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adullamite, whose name was Herah. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her, and she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name So Judah had a son named with a Canaanite woman named named Shua. And she conceived again and bore a son, and she called his name Onan. And she yet again conceived and bore a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chezib, where she bore him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord. This is after what they did to, and the Lord killed Judah's firstborn. So this is after they did that to Joseph, their brother. And Judah said unto Onan, Go into thy brother's wife and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilt it on the ground. So he came on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. So he got pissed at him. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, Lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in process of time the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted, and went up unto his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Herah the Adullamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. So it doesn't say God told her, it said it was told to her. And she put her widow's garment off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place which is by the way to Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot, because she had covered her face. And he turned unto her by the way, and said, Go to, I pray thee, let me come unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, What wilt thou give me, that thou mayest come in unto me? Like, what would you give me to have sex? When Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot. So Judah thought she was a harlot. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, Wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, What pledge shall I give thee? And she said, Thy signet, and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thy hand. And he gave it to her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. And she arose and went away, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Adullamite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand. But he found her not. Then he asked the men of that place, saying, Where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? Like, where is that prostitute that's always out in the open? And they said, There was no harlot in this place. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, Let her take it to her, lest we be ashamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that, it was told Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also behold, she is with child by whoredom. I mean, she's pregnant, so she's not even married, right? And Judah said, Bring her forth, and let her be burnt. When she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, By the man whose these are, am I with child? And she said, Discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet, and the bracelets, and the staff? And Judah acknowledged them, and said, She hath been more righteous than I, because that I gave her not to Shelah my son. And he knew her again no more. Like, he never had sex with her again. Because he's like, damn, I should just give her to my son. And it came to pass in the time of her travail, that behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass when she travailed, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took and bound up his hand a scarlet thread, saying, This came out first. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out, and she said, How hast thou broken forth? How hast thou broken forth? This breach be upon thee. Therefore his name was called Pharez. And afterward came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zerah. So Judah, his name is Tamar. I thought his name was Shua. Oh no, Tamar. His Shua was his wife. And but Ur died, remember? Because he was wicked in the sight of the Lord. But his wife Tamar was still living. So Ur is Judah's son, his firstborn. She was with Tamar. But Judah said, my son's dead, go be with the other one. I think that was custom. Go be with the other one. But the other one's like, no, I don't want to fucking have sex with my brother's wife. So instead of finishing inside, he still had sex with her, but instead of finishing inside of her, he finished on the ground, and God ended up killing him. And Onan, his name's Onan. Onan also got killed because I guess God was like, what the hell? And then anyway, so Tamar, she was waiting for, because the third son, or the young son, Judah said when he gets old enough, he could have him, but she waited so long. She kind of played trickery though, a little bit, right? I don't know.